Hello, hello. Alrighty, cool. Welcome to the High Altitude Investing live stream. Today we are going to be talking about the crash that's coming in crypto, what you guys can do to prepare for it. We're also going to be running over everybody's favorite coins because I know a lot of you guys have a lot of coins that you really like. And I'd like to tell you guys a little bit about what I see coming in the markets, where I expect price to go from here. And yeah, it should be a really good time. So happy weekend, everybody. We're going to really just get straight into this here and talk a little bit about Ethereum first and foremost, because this is the one that probably has the most retail hype. The most people thinking it's just going to straight moon. And I'd like to tell you guys that things are about to get exciting and probably not in the way that you think, because most of the time, the majority of people don't get it right. A lot of people get caught up in the hype, in the FOMO, and they make a lot of mistakes investing. So it's going to be a good day. And yeah, we'll just get straight into this and talk about Ether here. So, as you guys know, we did get a pullback over the past basically day. It started yesterday. We had this nice pullback here on Ether. And I want to tell you that we're watching this head and shoulders pattern on Ethereum because this is a pretty bearish pattern. And I was watching, okay, this looks like a little topping structure. We're probably going to pull back as a result of this head and shoulders pattern. And we did. We pulled back down to horizontal support, at least short-term support here on the 12-hour. We pulled back to the support level and we dropped, not crazy. It wasn't like a giant drop, but this is the start of something bigger. In my opinion, it looks like that was a 7% drop here on Ethereum. So that's not bad. You know, a little pullback here, nothing crazy. Most people think, okay, well, we pulled back a little bit. Now we're just going to go right back to going up. It was just a buy the dip scenario. People are just panic selling. Don't worry about it. We're going to go right back into butterflies and rainbows and bull markets. And I don't have the same opinion. I don't think that's what we're going to see here with Ethereum. I think we're ready for a bigger correction. And when I say bigger correction, I do not mean too crazy. Let's remove all the drawing tools here and talk about exactly what I mean. So some people, when they think of a bigger correction, they think, oh, well, are you saying that Ethereum's going to go into a multi-year bear market? No, you guys. No, I'm not. That's ridiculous, okay? That's not what I see happening on Ethereum at all. Do I think that we could have a healthy correction? Yes, I do. I mean, you saw on the way down, we had to have a healthy bounce, right? This was an ABC up. So you can see here we have wave A, wave B, and wave C. So that was an ABC up that had to happen on the way down. And yet people think I'm crazy for saying that Ethereum could have an ABC down on the way up. All right, so get your head on straight, people, and just be willing and open for a healthy correction along the way up. Yet, it blows my mind that I draw this setup here for a pullback to 2,500, 2,700 per Ethereum, and nobody's willing to consider it. You know, they're like, well, we're just going to go straight to a new all-time high. And I mean, do what you guys want with your money, but I think we're going to pull back here to 2,600 per Ethereum and really do a nice healthy correction before we can go higher. So no, when I say a correction on Ethereum, I'm not talking about some crazy multi-year bear market where we go all the way down to new lows. I'm just saying a new local low. We're not going to break below this recent low, the bear market low, but I do think we will break below our local low and go back down to support before we go higher. So don't be shocked if this happens. And this is why I'm 50% in cash right now. And I've been shorting Pepe and making a ton of money shorting Pepe. Why? Because I could see the patterns. I could see the bearish patterns on Pepe. So let's go over to Pepe and we'll use one that I have so many Pepe charts I've been using here. So let's remove these drawing tools. So I've been short on Pepe. First I shorted it up here. I shorted it right here. Basically at the exact top. I was really close to the exact top. And then when this crash happened right here, I closed my short position almost at the exact bottom right here. And then we bounced and I started shorting Pepe again. And we dropped all the way down to right here. And today I just barely closed out my second short position because I'm expecting another little bounce up here to local resistance before we push lower again on Pepe. But because of the market cycle, people don't think that that's going to happen. They're like, okay, well, we're just going to go straight up here. We're going to moon. Everything's going to go up, you guys. Butterflies and rainbows and bull markets. No. Look at Bitcoin. Okay, this is Bitcoin at the top in 2018. I've been trading crypto for 8 years. My mind remembers these patterns. It's not a photographic memory, but I definitely have a patternistic memory. I can remember all of these patterns really easily. And if you look at Bitcoin, it did the same rising wedge pattern, pulled back, did a bull trap, which is complacency, right? Here's the market cycle chart. You get your complacency. That's where people say, oh, this is just a cool off. Get ready for another rally. We're going to moon. And I was shorting the complacency. Not only did I short the rising wedge on Pepe, but I also shorted this complacency. After I closed my position down here, I went short again. And really, yesterday when Pepe crashed, I was up fishing, and my crypto account was just making money. I was catching fish. Oh, for every fish, there's more money in my crypto wallet. I wasn't even working. I wasn't making videos or anything. I was just printing money, going short on Pepe. Well, the whole universe thought we were going to go mooning on Twitter. The amount of bullish sentiment that I'm seeing in the markets right now gives you a general idea of how many people are trying to hold on here at the top. Right? And they're saying crazy, rude things to me just for being bearish. Just like it bottoms when I'm bullish. They do the same thing. And I'm not trying to condemn you guys. I'm just expressing human psychology. In fact, I really don't want to make it sound like I'm condemning you. I'm just telling you, don't be that person. Work with the laws of markets and don't get caught up trying to, get greedy. I was being called, people were calling me greedy for shorting the market after it went up Pepe went up what, 2200 or 22x from its bottom or something? And they were calling me greedy for taking profits and shorting. If that's not a complete polar opposite of greed, I don't know what is. Yeah, it went up 24x. And I'm greedy for taking profit and shorting up here? That's ridiculous, That's human psychology at work. So yeah, I closed out of my short position today. It could drop lower again. I don't care. I personally think we're going to bounce. I bet we bounce back up to resistance, and I'll short it again, all the way down to a new low, a new local low on Pepe. I don't care. I don't care what the market does. I just care about making money in the markets. Does look like it's going to go up, though. Coco Crypto, good to see you. Conscious Contact, what's up? Jay Benny? Bainey? Okay. I'm personally thinking that we're going to see another crash in the markets. A lot of people are bullish. Everybody's holding on. If you go onto Twitter, You can't even barely find a bearish chart. Like nobody is. And be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. That's what Warren Buffett said about investing. And everybody's greedy right now. Do I think we could bounce on Pepe here? Yeah, I do. I think we will. I wouldn't be surprised over the next, it's very possible at least that we bounce back up to the resistance here on Pepe before we go lower, but it doesn't mean that you should just expect for us to just all of a sudden break out and go into a bull market again. I want to show you, we'll switch to other coins because I don't want to take too much time on Pepe. I know you guys have coins you want to talk about or want me to talk about here today. But take a look at this, okay? If that's not overextended, I don't know what is. Like, look at that chart. It went straight vertical, you guys. Like, do you really think this is just going to moon? If conditions change, if for some reason things change, you can always change. You can always alter your trading plan and make money, but don't marry the idea that the market has to go up just because you're heavily invested into your coins. Be willing to take profit, because if we pull back in the market 50% on some of these altcoins, you're really going to be beating yourself up for not taking profit. You're not going to be happy with yourself for not taking profit. So yeah, I'm glad not only did I take profit on my Pepe position up here, but I went short, then I took profit again and went short again, and took profit again today, and tomorrow or next day or whatever, or when we go back up to resistance, I'll go short again. I don't care what direction the market goes. I care about making money, right? If you care about what direction the market goes, then you're probably going to buy a lot of tops and sell a lot of bottoms. This is 5 waves up, 5 Elliott waves up. If we go type in Elliott wave theory on Google here, you guys can see here that after 5 waves up, you have to have a correction. And yeah, the correction started, but it's not over yet. So yeah, just be safe out there. Be safe. Think in terms of taking profits and reducing risk, not FOMO buying and adding to your leverage and being crazy. GameStop. Let's talk about GameStop for a second. You guys also, any coins that you want me to cover in today's stream, please just drop in the live stream and I'll make sure that I cover those coins that you guys want me to cover today. Okay, GameStop, GME, on stocks. All right. So, people were so bullish on GameStop right here. Let's zoom in a little bit here. People were so bullish on GameStop right here. All right. Like everybody thought GameStop was going to go up. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was so excited that Mr. Roaring Kitty was going to do another live stream and that it was just going to moon. And you guys, look what I posted on my Twitter that exact day, or the night before of the live stream. This is what I posted on my Twitter. I said, be careful. Don't be shocked if GameStop pulls back during the live stream tomorrow. Roaring Kitty, if you don't know who he is, Google him. He was doing a live stream telling everybody, hey, I'm invested in GameStop. Let's get everybody to buy this so that the institutions will get liquidated. And I posted this trying to warn people, and 1,000 people saw it and only 2 people liked it. Why? Because if I wanted to get engagement, I would have told everybody it was going to go up. That's not the purpose of my videos or the purpose of this channel. It's in my mission statement to get viewer and customer results. So the reason I do everything that I do is so that you guys can succeed. It's not so that I can be popular. It's not so I can get the most likes. It's so I can actually help you guys play these markets in the best way possible. So I knew that when I posted this, nobody was probably going to like it. Nobody was going to engage with it a lot. And nobody really did. And guess what happened the day of the live stream? It did exactly what I predicted it would, and it dropped like 80%. Even the night before, that morning, it dropped like, okay, not 80, 60%. Let's not get too crazy here. It dropped 61% from the exact point where I posted this chart warning people that it looks like Zilliqa when Zilliqa had a scam pump on its way down. Why? Because I was there when Zilliqa had a scam pump, and I'd seen this before, and I remember how many people thought it was going to moon, and I was like, you guys, GameStop looks bad, not good. And it dropped 61% that morning, and then even more during the live stream. So, like I said, my purpose in these videos is not to try to get you guys to be like, I'm not trying to get you guys to be all hyped. I mean, I don't care if you get hyped, but just control your emotions. But my purpose is customer and viewer results. Let's see, Coco Crypto, Theta. Yeah, I can look over Theta in just a second. So yeah, you guys, just don't get caught up in the mania. Please be careful and be smart with your money, because buying tops is like the most basic thing that happens to everybody. So we're going to talk about Bitcoin, then we'll talk about Theta, because I do want to talk about Theta a little bit. So Bitcoin, I was watching Bitcoin, and I was like, you guys, we're going to pull back on Bitcoin, and I've been warning people about Bitcoin, and we're really only starting what I've been talking about, okay? This is not really what I've been talking about. But I was watching this ending diagonal Elliott wave here, thinking, okay, well, Bitcoin's probably going to pull back here on the 30-minute time frame because of an ending diagonal. And then we pulled back here on Bitcoin. Now I personally think we're probably going to see a bounce today, back up to resistance. And then I think we're going to go lower on Bitcoin. We're going to shake a lot of people out, and people are really leveraged long. A lot of people think we're going to go straight to 100K. This is just buy the dip day, buy the dip. No, this is not just a buy the dip day on Bitcoin. I mean, maybe today in the short term, it does bounce up if you're trading really small time frames. Maybe we do bounce up here. It doesn't have to. But this is not just a buy the dip before we go to 100K. I really don't see it in the charts. Now, of course, things can change, right? Things can change, but I'm not about to just switch my position because the whole world thinks we're going to go up. And that's not how human psychology works. The market does opposite of what the majority of people think it's going to do. I personally think we're going to have an ABC correction here on Bitcoin. Even if we bounce a little bit today, we're going to pull back further to 50K per Bitcoin before the end of the summer. And when we get down here to 50K, or maybe at the end of the summer, right, then I'll be bullish on Bitcoin. But I'm not bullish on Bitcoin right now. I'm not about to buy a top here when everybody is expecting us to go straight to 100K. We have a rising wedge pattern on Bitcoin, and we start to break bearish out of it. And yeah, like I said, my purpose is customer results. If I wanted to get the most views, if I wanted the most people to like me, I would tell you guys that Bitcoin is going to go straight to 100K. But that's not the purpose of these videos. Why? Because I want to see you guys succeed. That's why I do these videos. Yeah, I make money. When you guys make money, I make money. So there's absolutely an aspect of it that benefits me. And I'm totally open about that, right? If my customers make money, if my viewers make money, I make more money. Plain and simple. So yeah, that's why I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Because I want to see you guys succeed and I want to make more money. But at the same time, if I wanted to get all the views, I would tell people what they want to hear. I'd be a politician. And I'm not a crypto politician. You know, sometimes I have to tell you guys what you don't want to hear because it's just the truth. And if we pull back here on Bitcoin to 50K and you guys didn't take any profit at all, you know, I wouldn't exactly. Yeah, I'm just trying to tell you guys, just be smart. Okay, don't get too greedy. Don't buy tops. Just because everybody's excited, that's actually a pretty good warning signal that we're not going to go higher. That we have to pull back and get everybody bearish before we're bullish. Down here at 50K, everybody that's bullish right now will be bearish. They'll be like, oh, you guys, this crypto stuff is ridiculous. We're going to go so low. I can't believe that everybody bought the top, even though there are a lot of the same people that did buy the top. And then guess what's going to happen? Bitcoin will turn around because we had a nice, healthy summer correction along the way up, right? Big cup and handle pattern. Big, nice cup and handle here. And then we'll go up again, and we'll moon on Bitcoin. And we'll go to 100K, and we'll go to the levels that people want it to go to. But if everybody's bullish, we're not just going to instantly go there. You know, that's a huge warning signal. We're at all-time high resistance. We're not just going to instantly go to new all-time highs. That's a huge warning signal when everybody is bullish on Bitcoin. So let's talk about Theta. So Theta just broke bearish out of a bear flag. All right, this is a bear flag pattern on Theta. Yeah, we could bounce a little bit today back up to resistance. I wouldn't be surprised to see some bounces today. I also wouldn't be surprised to see us fall off a cliff. But I would not be surprised to see a little bounce on a lot of different coins today before we push lower. Okay? Now, do I think Theta is going to go to a new all-time low and break the bear market support level? No. I don't think Theta will break our bear market support level down here. That's called being perma-bearish. I don't see that in the chart. We could, but it's pretty unlikely. What I do see in the chart, though, let me remove the drawing tools and just show you what I do see in the chart here with Theta, is I see a healthy correction before we go higher. So here's wave A, wave B, and wave C. This is the kind of stuff crypto does all the time. Then we come back down here to maybe $1.17, and then we start a bull market and Theta goes absolutely nuts. But you have to kind of find that place somewhere in the middle. Everybody that I see is uber bullish on crypto. They're uber bullish right now. And they think we're just going to go straight up. And yet all these chart patterns are painting bear flags. We're breaking bearish. We're doing head and shoulders patterns. Right? We have everything showing bearishness except for maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum because they're lagging, right? A lot of Bitcoin and Ethereum, you're going to see altcoins fall, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are absolutely going to fall too. So you can see here, we have 5 waves up, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. A healthy correction here on Theta. I absolutely expect this to happen. And this is a bear flag pattern right here. I'll show you. Here's our resistance to the flag. Here's our support of the flag. We just broke bearish out of that bear flag, which means further downside is expected. We usually have a little bounce at the bottom of the flag when we break. So if we bounce today a few percent, I'm not saying a big bounce, but if we bounce on some of this stuff today, Don't FOMO buy. Don't start loading in on your position. This is a bear flag on Theta, and it could easily pull back to $1, easily pull back to $1.17 or $1 before we go higher. Which, by the way, is like a what? 45% correction. I don't like holding through 45% drops or 50% drops. That's not fun to hold through that. To see half of your portfolio leave knowing you could have took profit. I'm not even telling you guys to be 100% in cash. All I'm telling you guys is having 50% in cash during a correction is what really good traders and investors do so that they can pick up this dip and really buy the dip when nobody thinks it's going to go up and when it's the best time to buy before we really do start going up and mooning. So use your head, don't be ridiculous. Isn't 52, I think 56 isn't the low. No, honestly, what am I shorting? I'm shorting Pepe. I've been shorting it since the top, and I nailed the top. I went long most of the way up. I nailed the top. I took profits again. Then it bounced. I shorted it again. I took profits again today. I'm waiting for a small bounce on Pepe, and I'll be shorting it again. So I'm shorting Pepe. But Ethereum's a good short. Bitcoin's a good short. Almost everything is a good short right now. So that's what I'm personally doing. Isn't 52K too low? No. 52K is not too low on Bitcoin, right? Let me show you with Ethereum what I'm talking about here. We'll look at Bitcoin next, but just real quick, because we've already talked about this. You're kind of late to the stream. You missed out on the fun. But look, a healthy correction along the way up, that's exactly what this market needs to do. Look what happened along the way down. We pulled back down here to major support. We saw an ABC correction up, and then, boom, we went down lower. You really don't think we can have a healthy ABC correction along the way up? We had one along the way down, right? We had an ABC up along the way down. I think we're going to have an ABC down along the way up. That's human psychology. People get too excited. They get too bullish. Bullish news comes out and they get too confident, thinking that it's just going to moon. And the rule of thumb for news is to buy the rumor and sell the news. That's what Wall Street does. They sell the news. When everybody thinks it's going to go up because there's all this bullish news, they sell. Because all that retail money is buying the top. So just be careful getting caught in that trap of wanting to buy tops and getting excited because everybody's posting bullish charts on Twitter and in everybody's private groups. And then when a crash happens, everybody's like, wow, how did that even happen? Why did that even happen? Well, people got too excited. Hector, good to see you, my brother. I appreciate you tuning in, man. I'm glad you're still on vacation and in cash. Having cash right now is the smartest thing that you could possibly do. And I'm not saying to be 100% in. If you want to do that, that's cool, right? Hector just said he's 100% in on cash. Shout out to you for having the guts to do that, man. I'm 50% in cash. Why? Because when this market dips, I can buy the living heck out of it and get ready to print money again. And I'm printing money shorting the markets right now. Literally printing money on Pepe. It's so fun. And everybody's all bullish and expecting new highs. This is the funnest part of trading markets, is to not be a stupid idiot caught up in the crowd doing the things that all the noobs are doing and buying tops and selling bottoms. The funnest part is actually playing the market correctly and making money. That's how you do this. Let's see. Jeff H. Good calls, Dallin. We had a good discussion on Discord the other day. Respect to you sticking to your guns. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So, but yeah, I do think we will pull back here on Ethereum back down to support, and then we'll go up again. And you still have time. You know, you guys still have time to play this correctly. It's not too late. So you guys can see here, ABC back down on Bitcoin. Let me show you gold. I showed you this in the last stream, but I want you guys to kind of imprint this into your mind. Because if you guys can remember this in your mind, you're going to know why everything happened the way that it did, and you're going to have an idea of what I've been using to actually call these markets and to actually play these markets, because there is a method to the madness, right? The markets are not random. Markets are not random. Markets move just, I mean, you know how water and gravity is a law? Well, markets are a lot like water. In fact, money, if you think about money, currency, is a lot like water, if you want to think of it in that way. Okay, so check this out. Plain and simple, markets move because of human emotion. Fractals and market cycles are one of the best way to play these markets. And if you look at gold, we'll go to a little bit of a bigger time frame here, and the human emotion that happened on gold, you can see here, look how simple and perfect this is, okay? Bitcoin on the top, gold on the bottom. And if you look here, Bitcoin did that same big rounded structure that gold did. Same big rounded bottom. And then it came up past resistance, a little bit past the all-time high on gold here. Same with Bitcoin, a little bit past the all-time high. Then we pull back here on Bitcoin. We pulled back on gold at the same point. And gold tried to go back up through resistance, but it couldn't do it. It needed a healthy correction. So you can see that B wave is where it tried to push back up through resistance. And then that C wave is what I expect happening on Bitcoin over the summer. And what I think the Bitcoin market is going to do, we'll have a pullback on wave C, just like how gold did. And then we'll be really ready to go to 100K per Bitcoin. After that, after we test 50K per Bitcoin, I think we can go to 100K then. And yes, it is a zone. So, it could go to 52, it's true. Or it could go to 40. It's a zone. But having all your money in the market right now is not very smart. If you play the Elliott waves, if you play the human psychology, if you pay attention to what the majority of people are doing and run the other direction, you can get rich. Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. It works. It really works to do that. It sounds too simple, but truth is always simple and easy to understand, and not complicated, not some hard thing. You just have to trust your instinct, trust what the charts are showing you, and when everybody's doing one thing, do the other. It works so good. It's amazing how good it works. Let's see here. 99% of people are predicting a breakout to new all-time highs. You were the only 1% that called a correction and went fishing yesterday. Yeah, I was fishing yesterday, and it was a really good time. Why? Because, when you have a pretty good idea about what the market's going to do, you don't have to sit and worry about it. You can just do your thing. You can go fishing, and you can have a good time, and you're going to make money. You've got your short position open on Pepe like I had yesterday, and it was just a fun time. It was a really good day. So yeah, I caught some fish with my family, and it was a good time. My dad and my grandma, we went fishing together. So war will drive gold to 5,000 by 2028. Okay, I'm not going to try to predict whether we're going to have a war or not. All I know is the charts. A lot of times I'll see something in the charts, and then some crazy news event will happen that confirms what I'm seeing in the charts. So I'm not going to sit here and try to predict if we're going to have a war. We're kind of in a couple wars right now. Not really America, not really here in the United States at least. But, there's a war for truth right now. That's the biggest war in the whole world. People, the media, everything is getting twisted around. There's a war for truth. But yeah, we could have a war. I don't know, like, what the future holds when it comes to that kind of stuff. War does tend to have an economic positive. Like, it sounds backwards, but economies generally go up during war. So there could be something like that. I don't know. But I do know charts. And I do agree with you that gold is bullish. Maybe not in the short term. We could pull back here a little bit in the short term. But I absolutely 100% agree with you, my friend, that gold is bullish in the big picture, and gold could go to 4,000 to 5,000 per coin. That would not shock me at all. So that's actually a pretty level-headed prediction to say that it could go to 4,000 to 5,000 by 2029. I think you're hitting the money right on the head with that. The hammer, the nail right on the head, and the money if we're talking crypto investing. So yeah, that's pretty dang accurate, I'd say. That's a really good prediction for gold. It's almost exactly what I have drawn based on charts. So so who knows about the war part? That might happen. It definitely could. I can't say, but I think gold will reach 4,000 to 5,000 by 2029. So Nvidia, let's talk a little bit about stock stuff, okay? And I promise I'm not showing these charts just to toot my own horn. Like, I really am just trying to teach you guys a little bit here. But I was looking at Nvidia back in 2023 when it was worth $474. Oops. There we go. Why? Because I thought it looked a lot like Bitcoin back when Bitcoin was worth about 3,000. And I thought, hey, I think Nvidia could go to $1,000 per share. And that's exactly what Nvidia did. Nvidia went to $1,000 per share and became the second biggest company in the entire world. I think it's number 2 now. So that was pretty cool, right? But the reason I bring this up is because Bitcoin, when it was at the same point in its cycle, had to have a pullback. Bitcoin went to 10,000 per coin, and it had to pull back down to like 8 or 5 or something before it went to 20. So if Nvidia pulls back here because it's overextended, don't be shocked. That would be in perfect alignment with a summer correction on crypto, a summer correction on stocks. We won't talk about stocks very much because this is a crypto live stream. But the S&P 500 has bearish divergence. If you don't know what bearish divergence is, definitely look into it. Bearish divergence is something you need to know about. Because if you don't understand bearish divergence, you're going to get wrecked in these markets. Why? Because it's one of the best top signals that there is, at least short-term sell signal, is bearish divergence. Now, do we have super steep bearish divergence? No. But we do have bearish divergence on the S&P 500. And if we have a pullback on crypto and stocks, I mean, they follow each other. There's a 90% correlation. So I would not be at all surprised to see a pullback over the summer on the S&P 500 back down to support. We could make a new local low. We could find support at our local low before we go back into our bull market. And really, because we're in a roaring 20s. In the bigger time frame, we're in a roaring 20s. That's why all this crypto stuff is such a big deal. If you don't know what the roaring 20s was, before the Great Depression happened in 1929, there was this thing called the roaring 20s. And it started in 1921 and lasted until 1929 when the top of the Great Depression happened. And the reason why crypto is such a big deal, why there's so many stocks like Nvidia going crazy, is because we're in a roaring 20s. But that doesn't mean we don't have healthy corrections along the way up inside of a roaring 20s. So don't be shocked if we pull back here on the S&P 500 over the summer and with crypto before we resume that roaring 20s and start printing money on the upside again, just like how we are on the downside if you've been following me. Why? Because this is the way markets work. They have to have healthy corrections. And inside of the bigger context of the cycle, we're in a bull market with the stock market and with the world markets. But yeah, I think Nvidia could pull back over the summer before it resumes its bull market. So just pay attention to the cycles, and you can really learn a lot just studying human psychology. Elliott wave theory, human psychology. It's technically called Elliott wave principle. It's not Elliott wave theory. This is a principle, you guys. This is truth. Elliott wave principle, right? This is on Wikipedia, and I'm not saying Wikipedia is the most trusted source ever because now it's really controlled by a bunch of liberals. I probably shouldn't say that. I hate labels. I don't like labels because there's people out there that are more liberal, that are really good people. So if you just label people right, left, or liberal, or any of those things, you're doing a huge disservice to society and the world, because you should see people for who they are, not some outside label that they have. Right? But still, there's a lot of people that control Wikipedia. It used to be more open source. Either way, it's got a lot of really dope information on here. And Elliott wave theory is not a theory, it's a principle. And it's really, really powerful. So if you study this, you can make a ton of money in these markets. I promise you that. But you have to apply yourself, and you're not going to learn it overnight, but you can learn it. All right, let's talk about some other cryptos, because now we're getting all into Elliott waves and stocks and everything. So yeah, let's talk about cryptos. Please make suggestions, by the way. What cryptos do you guys want me to talk about here today? We've got another 10, 20 minutes or whatever. I don't have super long to do a stream today. I've got other stuff I do on Saturdays. But yeah. So yeah, let's get started here on talking about some of these other coins. So Bitcoin Cash, let's talk about Bitcoin Cash. Now, am I bullish on all of these coins in the big picture? Yes, most of them are going to recover after the summer is over. They're going to go up. They're going to be really, really good investments. And yeah, do I want to hold through a 50% correction? No. I've done that before. I've made that mistake before. And I've also taken profits before. And to compare the two within myself and ask yourself, what's funner? Well, it's a heck of a lot funner to take profits than to be screwed by the market and hold through a 50% correction, right? So just think about these things. So let's look here. Here is Bitcoin Cash. And if we do this, we can do really simple. We have an ABC correction down, A, B, and C wave down. And then we also have wave 1 right here, wave 2 right here, wave 3, which is generally the most impulsive. You can absolutely see that that was the case. And then wave 5 right here on Bitcoin Cash. Now, if you look here, wave A, wave B, a healthy correction over the summer back down to major support. Heck yeah, I definitely think we're going to do that. And then down here, we have major support. We can find support again and go up. But we have 5 waves up. And what happens after 5 waves? An ABC correction. And those ABC corrections aren't a teeny blip in the chart. They're significant. And in order for this to be a significant correction, we have to pull back 40% here on Bitcoin Cash over the summer. Also, generally speaking, corrections do happen on crypto over the summer, especially within the context of bigger bull markets. Like if you weren't here in 2017, you don't know this, but I'll just show it to you so you can learn something new today. Oh man, I've got a lot of charts open. I should probably close them because now my computer's screaming at me. I'm using my laptop today. So let's see here. Sometimes I use my desktop. Let's invert this. Okay, we'll go to XLM. Stellar lumens. I'm really not trying to make you guys like sad or anything. I'm just trying to tell you the truth, you know? So check this out. This is stellar lumens. This is 2017. And back in 2017, there was this thing called the summer bear market of 2017. And this happened over the summer. Things started to top out. And after they topped out, they pulled back. And a lot of things pulled back 70%, 80% over the summer. Now, do I think we're going to have an 80% summer correction? No. But I think we're going to have a similar thing happen. And a lot of coins could pull back 50%. I think Ethereum and Bitcoin will pull back closer to 30. But some of those weaker coins, coins that aren't as important, or coins that are more volatile, meme coins, they could pull back 50%. Do I think they're going to pull back 80%? No, I don't think so. That's a little steep. The market cap is bigger than it used to be, which helps reduce some of the volatility. But still, a correction that's significant enough to have cash in your portfolio is coming. I really believe that. And all the charts are showing it. So just pay attention to the markets and play the markets the best way that you know how. And a lot of times that means taking some profit off the table. Because no, I don't think we're going to have an 80% correction like we did during this summer bear market. But I do think we are going to have a 50 to 30% correction depending on what coin you're holding. So that's why having some cash is really smart. Having some USDC, USDT, the one thing people don't want to do is take cash. And there's a lot of greed right now in the market. A lot of people are not willing to have any cash in their portfolio. And that's a strong sign that at least a local high is in place. I'm not talking about the top of the bull market here. I'm just talking about a local high where we have to have a 30 to 50% correction depending on what coin we're talking about. Let's see, Cardano. Yeah, I'd be happy to talk about Cardano for you. Cardano. Some people say Cardano, other people say Cardano. I don't know what it really is. It's hard to say. It's kind of a mystery. So with ADA here, I would not be at all surprised to see a pullback to major support, and even it could potentially go a little bit below here, which could be about a 70%, 50 to 70% drawdown. I think it's going to be more closer to 50, rather than 70. 70 is pushing it. That's a little bit too bearish for me. But I think we could pull back 50 to 60. Definitely 50. It's not going to hold its value like Ethereum or Bitcoin will. Bitcoin and Ethereum will pull back like 30 to 40%. 40 max, right? Unless there's some death wick. If you guys are leverage trading, there can be death wicks where the market literally just panics to like ridiculously low levels and then comes right back up. Why? Because of a death wick. All these people getting liquidated that were long too early. So that can happen, right? But as far as the actual majority of the correction, most of the time, they're going to pull back 50% on a lot of these coins. So could it lose 50% of its value over the summer? Yeah, I think it could. I think it really could. And I don't think it's smart to try to hold on. And I'm not telling you guys to be 100% out either. In fact, I'm not telling you guys to do anything. I'm not saying you have to do this or you have to do that. I'm just telling you everything that I've learned trading and investing in these markets for 8 years now, since I was 17 years old. Actually, I'm 27 now, but I was 17 years old when I first got into this. But I've really, truly been doing it on YouTube and seriously for 8 years. but I've been watching these charts for 10 years. Since I was a kid, this is so ingrained into my mind, it's like second nature for me. And if we pull back 50% in the markets, you don't want to hold on. You don't want to be 100% in cash. I mean, you can if you want. If that's what you want to do, you probably won't regret it. But I personally took 50% off the table and I'm short. Well, I'm not short right now, but I am short on Bitcoin right now. But I'm going to take another short position on Pepe really soon because I see it in the charts. I see the opportunity to do that in the charts. So, yeah. Can ADA pull back here? Yeah, it can. Do I think it will start a big picture bull market after this? I do. I think it will. But you also have to be careful, just especially if you're too heavy on one single coin. It might be smart to look into some other coins and have some other opportunities ready so that you're not too married to one coin. Because nobody wanted to buy Pepe. Nobody wanted to buy it because they thought, oh, that's a meme coin. That's ridiculous, but the chart said it was going to go up. And so I was trying to tell people, hey, look, get in. A lot of people listened to me. And Pepe went mooning. And now I'm telling you guys it's going to go down. So just don't marry a single coin or don't trade coins purely based on fundamentals. Because if there's an opportunity in the charts, it doesn't matter what it does. You can make money if it's going to go up in value. So maybe not what you want to hear, but that's my honest opinion on Cardano. I think we will pull back over the summer. When is altcoin season coming? How do you short crypto? Okay, well, the best way to short crypto is either, it depends on where you live. I have never used it, but people tell me Coinbase Exchange Pro allows you to short and long. I don't know if that's true. For United States customers, I hear that is true. I haven't done it though. So that's one place. You can also, if you're not in the US, you could use Bybit or MEX, MEXC. But if you're in the United States, you can use Apex, apex.exchange. It's a decentralized exchange. You can connect your Coinbase wallet to it on your phone, or you can use your computer and use your computer to do it, and you can leverage trade on here. And yeah, it's really fun. And if you know what you're doing, you can make a lot of money. But you don't want to use a bunch of your portfolio. If you're leverage trading, for me personally, I took like 3% of my total portfolio and I leverage traded with that. And I was able to turn that 3% into like a lot of money over the past little while. Past 3 weeks have been insanely profitable for me. And I've only been trading Pepe and Bitcoin a little bit. I'm short on Bitcoin right now. But I don't recommend leverage if you're a beginner, but that's how you do it. You need to go to apex.exchange. If you really, really want to learn more, join the free Discord, message me. I will absolutely be more than happy to walk you through the process. Even one of my non-VIP members, I hopped on a phone call with him the other day, a Zoom call or Skype call, and we talked for like an hour, and I showed him how to use the short and the long and how to set up a position and how to take a short position. He just closed a bunch of profit today. My purpose is customer results, because if you guys make money, I make money. And even if you're not a paying customer, you're just a viewer, I want to see you guys make money. So definitely join the free Discord, direct message me, Dallin Anderson here, and I'd be more than happy to show you what I know and teach you and help you make money. So yeah. Let's see here. Pulse chain TA, please. Yeah, so I can't tell you guys I'm bullish on Pulse chain. I get requests to do TA on Pulse chain all the time now because I made like 2 videos about it. And then I got a really bad feeling about it. And then Richard Hart dumped on the whole market with Hex and it just crashed Pulse chain. And I'm glad I listened to that feeling and stopped talking about it, because to be honest with you, it hasn't been doing very good. And I really just don't feel super good about this whole situation here with Pulse Chain and Hex. And yeah, I know it's not what you want to hear, but it's just how I feel and what I've been seeing in the chart. So this is right around the time where I stopped talking about Pulse Chain. And then boom, Pulse Chain dumped. And then I made like one other chart about it being bullish around right here. But then I started to see the bearishness in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done being bullish on Pulse Chain, because this thing does not look good. It looks like a big ABC correction to me. And if you ask me, everybody was taking profits right here in Wave B. All the big players, all the people that are in the know, were taking profits in Wave B, because when a summer correction happens on Bitcoin and this thing makes a new local low, everybody's going to panic sell Wave C. Now, could it go up after that and start a bull market? Absolutely. Am I bullish right now? No. I think we're going to pull back on Pulse Chain. I really do. That's my honest opinion. Let's see here. My last question, market top is being predicted by a few analysts to be sooner than later. Some say it can top out from November 2024. So I think those people are too bearish. Those are the people that are in the crowd of being perma-bearish. I'm right in the middle. Most of Twitter, well, really 80% of people are bullish right now. Okay? Most people are bullish right now on crypto. But there's 30% of people that are too 20% of people that are too bearish. They think we're going to start a multi-year bear market. And I don't agree with that either. I can see a summer correction. I can see a healthy pullback on crypto, but I can't see this being the top of the whole market. Excuse me. I just don't see it in the charts. I don't. I see a pullback, I see a healthy correction, but I also see that we're inside of a bigger bull market, the context of a bigger bull market. And so, no, I don't agree with the analysts, the very few. There's a few analysts out there, like 20%, that are way too bearish. And most people are way too bullish. But I think it's going to be kind of the middle path, right? Where we pull back here, we wreck all the bulls that are too bullish. But then when all the bears get super confident and they think we're going to go into a multi-year bear market, we wreck all of them too and go back up for a bull market and maybe even make a nice inverse head and shoulders pattern here, just like how gold did. Crypto and Bitcoin, or Bitcoin and gold, look exactly the same. The only difference is gold already did this crash right here and recovered and started to go up, and Bitcoin and crypto, they're following shortly behind. I really, really believe that. So that's my opinion. I don't think this is the top of the market. This would be a nice cup and handle type structure. We can have an inverse head and shoulder structure. We're inside of a roaring 20s, right? We haven't, 1929 was the top of the last Great Depression. Crypto is in a roaring 20s. And if you go watch my video about Bitcoin going to 100K, or to 250K, I still believe Bitcoin will go first to 100K and then 250K. But do I think it will test 50K first? Yeah, I think it'll pull back and test 50K first. But I'm all for the crypto bull market. I'm not a perma bear. I think we're just right in that middle place where nobody wants to see it. Most people are extremists. In life, they're extremists. Far right, far left. Again, I'm using labels. I really shouldn't. You do a disservice to do that for the world, because people are people. But that just goes without saying that people are extremists a lot of times, and there's people that are too extreme on the upside in the short term, and people that are too extreme on the downside in the long term. Do I think we're going to correct here over the summer? Yeah, but then I think we're going to go back into a bull market, and really finish off this fifth wave in the bigger picture. And who knows exactly how high we're going to go. But yeah, I think Bitcoin could go to 100K, 250K. We're definitely going to go to 100K. And I would not be in the slightest surprised to see a $250,000 Bitcoin after a correction. So yeah, that's kind of my personal opinion. But I've seen these charts for a long time. And I kind of know how they move by now. And I've learned a lot. And I just want you guys to play the market correctly. Bro, why are you seeing it? Why don't you make everything political? Just read the Elliott waves. Oh, why do I make everything political? You know what? Who said theory? Lol. What's the difference between BTC and BCH? All right, I am Vazu. You're just trolling me now, man. Thanks for tuning into the stream, by the way, even if you're going to be a troll here. I don't try to make everything political. I'm here to tell you guys, I don't believe in parties. I think the whole Republican Democrat Party thing, the right, left, labels of people being just labels. When we label each other, we don't see each other for who we are. You know, because the honest truth is that we're all, the truth of the matter is that we're all one big human family. And when we try to label each other and divide each other, it's exactly what Satan wants. You know, I believe in God. I'm a Christian. I'm actually a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. But like, I really believe that there's a dark side. There's a dark force. If you want to use just the force like Star Wars, we can do that. But there's absolutely a negative influence on this world. And there's a positive one too. And when we use labels, when we try to divide each other with right and left and Republican and Democrat and all these things, we do a huge disservice to each other because we stop seeing each other as brothers and sisters, as one family. We stop seeing each other as people, as human beings with feelings and emotions and stories. And sometimes people have gone through a lot of suffering in their life. And then people will label them and hate them, and they won't see the human in them. So I'm here to tell you guys, we need to love each other a little bit more and label each other a little bit less. And judge each other a little bit less. And serve each other a little bit more. You know? That's really what we need to do as a world. But yeah. That's just my little rant on that for the day. You come from a land of people who were divided by the Brits. All right, I'm going to stop reading your comments, my friend. Oh, man. America is a wonderful place to live, and honestly, I am so thankful for the Constitution of the United States, for the Declaration of Independence, and for what we had to do to gain our own personal freedom, because we were being heavily oppressed by the British. And we came and we formed our own united union, and then we were able to come together. And America, the founding of America, was one of the most important things that ever happened in history. Now, do I think there's a bunch of corruption in America now? Yeah. And it's sad to see, because this is a blessed country to live in. So sad to see that. But yeah, I'm so blessed to live in America. People take it for granted. They don't realize that if you go to Russia and you do something wrong, you're probably going to go to prison for life. You know, you won't even have a fair trial. In America, we can have sometimes fair trials. There's corruption and stuff, but yeah, so we have it pretty good here. Even with the stuff that's happened, even with the Federal Reserve. Dude, the Federal Reserve, if you want to talk about something that's ruined the world, let's talk about the Federal Reserve. They control everything now. Back when currency was backed by gold, back when the world wasn't controlled and manipulated as much as it is today, we lived in a better world. But because we got off the gold standard, because people control and manipulate the money now, yeah, there's a lot of corruption in the world. And the Federal Reserve, man, not a good thing for the world, especially for our currency. That's why crypto is so cool. Crypto is like our hope to bring the money back into the hands of the people, right? Because when finances are controlled by central authorities, bad things happen. But when we can bring that technology back into the hands of the people, that's really a beautiful thing. But yeah, we're not going to get all political today. But yeah, I'm bullish in the big picture. I'm bearish over the summer. I see a correction coming. That's my views on crypto. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's live stream. I love you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Have a blessed and prosperous day and week. I'll probably see you next week for another live stream. You can't really blame the Fed. It's the government. It's kind of everybody's fault, to be honest with you. Even the people, a lot of the people, like if we'd stand up for truth, if people would stop doing things that aren't good for society, like we wouldn't be controlled as much. But also, it's both sides. It's the oppressor and the oppressed. And a perfect wisdom and a perfect understanding and compassion understands that both the oppressor and the oppressed are co-operators in ignorance. And if we'd have a little bit more truth in our world, then there wouldn't be so many problems, you know? So yeah, it is true that it's not only the Fed's fault, but I'm definitely not in support of a lot of the things that they do. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Every single one of you, I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos, future live streams. God bless you. And as always, stay profitable out there.